Welcome back to another episode of the Ready Set podcast. My name's Ricky.
My name's Angus.
And I'm Derek, and Dom's back with us again.
Yeah. You said it so casual. And he's back again.
Yeah, this motherfucker.
So we were talking about traveling.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have a
And
trip coming up.
yeah, we have a trip coming up. And we're talking about what's our pet peeves when we travel?
Yeah, what's like your travel pet peeves?
Yeah.
So, Angus and I have traveled together before, but I don't think
gone anywhere with
we
you
haven't
guys.
really
No, I've
gone
never traveled
together
together.
one there. Well, I went to Victoria with you and Vince, right?
You did?
That was supposed to,
Fuck,
this is 2021,
See,
dude.
I'm not the only one that blocks out travel.
Derek
I really
memories.
don't remember. I really don't remember.
Dude. I mean, we still have that reel.
Did you drive?
Yeah, I drove.
Wait,
I
where'd
was
you
the one
guys
that
go?
drove.
Where'd you
I
guys-
don't fucking remember this at all.
Wait, where'd you go?
We went to Victoria, BC. It was me, Dom, and then our friend Vince, our mutual friend
How
Vince.
long do you guys go for?
A weekend?
Oh.
We started on the Wednesday,
Oh, did we really?
and then we ended on the Saturday or Sunday.
Is this the time we went to the bar where there was
Yes.
bras hanging from the ceiling?
Yes, that was the one.
Wait, what the hell? There's bras hanging from the ceiling?
Yeah. So we went to this bar, right? And it's kind of like this fucking
Dive bar?
It's like a dive bar. It's really like it's cowboy-ass, kind of hillbilly-esque.
Wait, why would you guys go when neither of them drink? It's just you.
They had
I
beers.
drink.
They
Oh,
drank.
I
They
drink.
drank.
We drink.
Yeah.
We
So we
drink.
go in there, and I'm like, we stand there, and we just nobody greets us, and then they turn to us like, oh yeah, just grab whatever seat. We're like, okay, right. So we sit down. There's fucking peanut shells all over the fucking floor, right? We're like, man, this place looks like shit. I don't want to touch anything. And we all look up, and we're like, oh shit, right? And there's just fucking bras hanging from back to front all the way down the fucking pub or whatever it is. And then like they give us a like a bowl of peanuts, kind of like whenever you see like those TV shows, there's always a bowl of peanuts that you should probably never touch, right? And so they give us a bowl of peanuts, and then immediately we were kind of hungry, started eating them, and I immediately started throwing shells at Derek, right? And
That's why that's
You're the problem that made so many shells on the
But
ground.
no, but then like because. It turns out that everyone just like the moment you put the shells on the table, they just wipe it and they just pour it on the
Oh.
ground anyway, right? So I started throwing at Derek, and immediately he comes over. I was like, "Oh yeah, like you can't throw shells here." And I'm like, "Oh, like what if it's only at him?" And he's like, "No, it starts fights." 'Cause apparently, like drunk guys will throw shells like across the room or like at their buddies, and eventually people just start fighting.
Yeah.
But my
Yeah.
friend's not drunk, though.
Yeah. So I was like, "But it's just at him." I mean, like it's fine.
He's a nice guy.
I'll kick his ass, don't worry, right? And they're like, no, like you can't do that. I'm like, okay, fine, right? But it was a fun time. That shit was fun.
Wait, didn't you guys not look at Google reviews before you went, or just pick a random one? You're like,
I think we randomly saw it on the street and just
oh,
went
and just
out.
like, oh, let's go there.
Because it looked interesting, at least, like
Yeah.
from the outside. Because
Wait,
I think
wait.
it had
How interesting.
It had, so you know how most modern day bars have like
Okay.
neon signs or like a big lit up sign. I think this one was like a big wooden board, right?
Yeah,
With
it
the
looked,
names.
Yeah,
It looked like a tavern from like the.
No, it
Cowboy
looks like a
Yeah.
fucking like it's not even like an old western. It just looks like a hillbilly bar. Like I can't describe
like
it.
Yeah.
cowboy
Yeah.
days.
Like this motherfucker was wearing overalls when we went in there.
And then you're just like, I like this one. I'm going to walk in there.
And he was the only guy working there.
Yeah.
So he was the bartender and the guy that was sweeping all the
And he's the
peanuts.
owner.
And he was the owner as
Yeah.
well. I was like, it was pretty cool, but he was like, oh, it was crazy how he's managing it all by himself.
I was like asking him questions because I was just so curious. I'm like, did you put the bras up here, or did the ladies throw bras up here? And some of them are signed. Like there's signed bras, and chicks are just throwing them on the ceiling.
Wow, that's an
But
interesting.
when I went there were no chicks. So I'm like very curious where the fuck the shit came from.
It's probably he bought it.
it.
I was probably like a 4 or 5 in the middle of a weekday.
Yeah.
So what, is that your pet peeve?
No, I think I was just like saying it was like we haven't really traveled all too much together, but I don't. Oh, I guess if I'm the one driving, my pet peeve is the guy beside me who's supposed to be the passenger technically shouldn't be falling asleep.
Oh.
Because I need directions. I am very directionally impaired, and my girlfriend can attest to that. Because
That's not what I want, Derek.
I will literally miss exits because I sometimes the GPS will lag, and then they'll be like, I was like, upcoming, this exit, turn right. And I look at it, and sometimes there's like, you know how there when you exit, there's 2 exits.
Yeah, there's 2 exits.
Yeah,
Work, man.
And then I was looking at the thing. I was like, is it the first one or the second one? And then like sometimes when I think too long, I pass it, and it happened to be the first exit. I'll be like,
Do you
"Damn it."
freak out though when that happens?
No,
He does not.
But I have to
that's good.
like figure out a way to turn around, right? That's the
So,
thing.
so that's why you're always late to coming to record.
Oh yeah, totally.
GPS.
GPS.
I've
No,
straight
I
up
just
yelled at
left it
him,
today.
actually. Now I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember this now because me and Vincent were taking turns doing the GPS, and he's sitting behind me. And I think at one point, like we were just both had it on, and we would tell Derek where to go, and we would tell him, and he still wouldn't turn. We're like, "Yo, take this exit. Take the exit. Yo."
And then Derek's like, which exit?
No, he doesn't respond. He just keeps going.
Oh, is it because you zoned out
Yeah, sometimes I go autopilot on when I'm
the whole
driving,
time?
too.
Derek, he looks over, you're like,
I kid
eyes are
you not,
closed.
Like we were like we were take the exit, and he's like, "What exit?" But we passed it already.
Oh my God, Derek, you need a Tesla. Self
Those are the
autopilot.
dangerous drivers on the road.
Do you think?
horrifying.
But is it because they just do whatever they want, or is it the auto?
It's the autopilot where they're not even thinking. Like nothing goes in their head. Like there's nothing in there.
You mean like the driver?
The driver.
Oh, okay.
So they're not paying attention to anything around them, like their surroundings. Like he's missing exits and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought the Tesla autopilot it kind of detects incoming cars from behind and doesn't turn.
Yeah.
Isn't that how it works? Tesla?
There are bells and whistles for that. But like to be fair, that part was very early in the morning as well, and I hadn't had my
Okay.
coffee yet. I was like,
Okay.
oh.
So that's your pet peeve.
Yeah, I do need a passenger that can like just not sleep.
Just engage with him.
Yeah.
Just engage
Just
the whole
engage
time?
with me. Yeah.
Hey
just
Derek,
engage
how's your day?
with- Yeah.
Turn right.
We
How's your
were
day? Turn
very
around. Oh.
awake. It was him
Driving.
because it was his car.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've driven my friends' cars on trips that
I think
like,
I don't feel comfortable driving other people's cars. because
Same.
I don't want to fuck it up.
Same. The
You know?
pressure, the responsibility, it makes me so anxious.
Yeah, because
And-
even if it's like as much as like even just like accidentally scratching and backing up or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, and like
just don't scratch their car then.
because then it goes one of
Easy.
two ways. You either pay for it or his insurance goes up. So you have to pay for it, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? But then like you feel bad because now the whole fucking trip
Is
you know,
ruined.
his car is busted however way you busted it,
then,
right?
then just don't damage it. Remember that time when you got your car stuck in the snow or ice, and then like
Yeah,
you don't
you
get
have
out there,
to.
I'll pull it out for you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But Ricky's a very confident
No,
driver.
I trust you when you
Ricky's a
drive.
very confident
Ricky
driver.
is a very great driver out there. Like, if he was an Uber driver, 5-star. All right, let's put it out
He'd be
there.
way too fast. I swear to God.
He'll get you to your destination and he'll make you feel safe.
But yeah, it's just like there's drivers that I don't know. It's like should be better
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
more attuned to their surroundings, situationally aware, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So that's your pet peeve, Derek. You need a passenger.
That is one, but yeah, like, did you have any pet peeves like when we traveled together? Because I think we've only gone to Vegas together. I think.
I'm pretty go with the flow, I'll be honest, when I
Yeah.
travel. I think the only thing is that if we travel, I like to, if there's a plan, something's going on, like let's follow the plan. Don't take forever to leave the place.
Yeah.
Especially if we're gonna miss a train to get to another city. I'm like, come on, man. Everything's gonna get screwed over.
Yeah.
But I'm usually pretty easygoing. Yeah, not much. I don't really have major. I know like Dom has like major pet peeves.
It's not that. It's just for me. Like I'm usually the go with the flow person, and I get annoyed when the one person's kind of like everyone's planned to like do this one thing, and most people want to go. Obviously, like I'm usually quite indifferent about what we do. Like as long as you're not like making me doing like crazy strenuous shit, I don't give a shit. Right?
What is that, like hiking?
Not even like. Well, okay. One time, my buddy, when I went to Hawaii, he made me do like fucking long ass hikes. They're like 2 hours plus long
2 hours?
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Each way.
each way.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So like 2 hours to get to the right, and so like, but then it's me and him, so I don't care.
That's a
Like
day trip,
I was
yeah.
bitching the whole time,
Yeah.
but like after a while, I enjoyed myself, and which is fine. But I think it's like usually when like there's 6 of you and 5 of you want to do one thing, and one person is just like, I don't want to do that. That's not fun for me, right? And I'm just like, well, too fucking bad. You either stay at the hotel
Mm-hmm.
or like we're not gonna gear the whole thing for one person.
Oh.
And I don't think you should.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you guys go travel with a group, do you always want to do things together, or like are you okay with like one like
Okay.
2 or 3 people doing one
Yeah.
thing and then like you just kind of split off into groups? Kind of.
So like for me, the biggest things when I like traveling is I don't like traveling by myself. I never travel by myself,
Me
so I
too.
can't really say.
Yeah.
But the reason I love traveling with people is because the experience you get to share with other people. It's the memories that you create, and you get to talk about it. Man, it's amazing. But then when you travel with someone who's, okay, there is a pet peeve. Is when someone says, "Oh, I'm cool with that, whatever," and then later they're like, "I don't know, like, oh, what do you want to do?" And I tell them what I want to do. I'm like, "Hey, let's do this," and they're like, I don't know,
Okay.
like stuff.
Shooting
And
your ideas.
I'm like, bro, you said you don't care, and that's why I'm coming up with plans. But now you're like, it seems like you kind of do care. Like, just tell me what you want. But then when I ask them, like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, oh god, please tell me. No mind games. So that's number one thing. It really pisses me off. I'm just like, I'm just here to have a good time, man.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
I think
it's important to choose people that are on the same wavelength when you're going.
Yes.
So I went
yes.
to Korea a few years ago with a friend, and I think I'm a little bit more active with doing stuff like going out. Like if it's just a cruise, I'm totally happy to just eat, sleep, and poop, and that's it.
yeah.
Like I don't
Sounds
care-
amazing.
Yeah, it's the ideal thing, and like I don't care for excursions. But then if I'm going to like other places like sightseeing, Korea or wherever, I want to try out different stuff.
Yeah.
But so I went with a friend, and he's like pretty introverted. So I felt a little bit bad because he couldn't keep up with stuff that I was going out to do. So we kind of like just did our own thing.
Is this Vincent?
No. But yeah, so it's kind of important to find somebody that is
Compatible.
Compatible.
I think it's super important.
I think
It could break a relationship.
Oh,
yeah. I feel like when you pack too much things into a day too, though, like
I hate that stuff,
it's
man.
like everything feels too rushed. Like I understand you're only there for a certain amount of time, especially like if you're going to like places like Asia, right? And you're like, oh, we only have like, I don't know,
A week or something.
a week here, right? And then we want to pack as much stuff in, but then you're like, if you're stressed out to the point where
You're not having fun.
you're not having fun, like, oh, we just got to get to this next place. You know, we got to do this. And it's like, then we have to leave on this hour and then to catch the train to go into this next place. And I was like, at that point,
What's the point?
it's not fun anymore, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, yes, you hit all the markers that you wanted to, but you just stressed yourself out doing it. And it's like, that's not the point of a vacation. The point of a vacation is
to relax, to have
relax,
fun.
yeah,
So
relax
actually,
and have fun.
enjoy yourself. If you're going there and you're stressing out and you start hating the other person,
It's a
Great.
travel experience thing, though.
it is a travel
You know,
experience.
because like
yeah.
people that really know how to plan, they do it so well. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to this main area, right? We're gonna do this one thing, and then I hear like there's a market right beside it.
You can check
and
it
there's,
out.
Like, this cafe that's really nice, and like it's just they're all close to each other, and they plan it all in the same time.
Yeah.
And then you see so much stuff all at the same time. It's so great, as opposed to like some people are like, I want to do this. And then I want to do that. That's on the opposite side of Japan. And so you spent most of the fucking day commuting.
Commuting, yeah.
I'm like, dude, no, like don't fucking plan your shit like that. People
Yeah.
are like, whenever they go to LA, because traffic is so like crazy, they always plan shit like that. I'm like, don't do that. You're gonna ruin your own fucking day.
Yeah.
just like stick to one area, and then if you can slowly make your way over, you can like try and grab
Yeah.
it.
Have you ever gone fights when you travel?
No.
No. I think on one of our trips, we had a group trip, and then
I wasn't there.
You weren't there. No, that was
Was this
there was a different one too.
This is
No,
Whistler?
it was a
Oh,
Japan one,
okay.
but it's a smaller group. But I remember we had a friend who really loves cute things,
Yeah.
right?
I had
And
a friend, he said.
had a friend. No, she's still a friend. So she's still a really great person.
Yeah.
Or he. I can say who it is.
Yes, he
But-
likes really cute little
things.
things.
And when this person wanted to buy, or when this friend wanted to buy, tends to splurge a lot. Like doesn't really think about the money, right? Like money is it's more of a need than a want.
I want that.
A want than a need.
Yeah.
Sorry. So we would tell this friend, hey, maybe you need to pull back some of that
Spending a little
spending
bit.
a little bit because she actually spent all her money and she was getting money from her parents
Oh yeah.
or his parents.
Yeah.
So we ended up telling this person, she got pissed.
Oh, no way.
She snapped back and I was like, oh my God, I've never seen her snap. Or he snapped back
Yeah.
like that.
Or they snap back.
He snapped back.
No way. What the heck?
Yeah,
I never knew about this.
after that, I was like, oh snap! And now I look at my other friend. I'm like, it's your fault, man.
Oh, you guys like said this in a group?
Huh?
You guys said this in a group?
No, she was like this. The friend snapped.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
like I think there's an important way on how to confront somebody about that, and like,
Yeah. We said it when we're all together
okay.
because like
So that it feels like they're being attacked.
yeah, it does
If you do
because
it, like
like
one-on-one
she-
on the side.
because this person really wanted to go like somewhere kind of far away to go shopping, right?
Oh.
But then we only had one Wi-Fi,
Oh, I see.
so we couldn't separate.
Oh.
It's like the planning, right? And we were at a
Yeah.
different like city. Like we really wanted, or one person would have got lost.
Yeah.
And so we're like, we have to kind of stay in the same area, but freaking Japan is huge. Like, especially
yeah,
if you're in
yeah.
like Shibuya, it's too many people. It's
Yeah.
kind of hard to find each other. So we say like, okay, well, if you're going there, we have to meet back at this time. But from the past experience, she's usually gone. We actually lost her once already.
Oh.
We're like, we don't want to do that again. So
Yeah.
we're like, hey, no, like, let's just stay in this area, come back at this time. She got mad. We're like, maybe tone down on the spending because she was taking money from her parents
Yeah.
or his parents or their parents.
It doesn't seem like the problem is the money though.
No, we were more concerned of the spending.
Losing?
Really?
Yeah, the spending part because it was getting a bit too much.
Why does that matter to you though? How she spends?
Friends?
Yeah.
Oh, because we realized that it was. Oh, I don't know. That's a really good question.
I think back then the situation was slightly different with that person in terms of like
Derek
employment.
knows.
Yeah. So
we were trying to help her.
yeah. So
Or him.
So basically we were so basically they weren't in the best situation
Financially.
So yeah.
we were, as good friends, we were trying to tell this person,
Oh.
Yeah.
because I think we had a friend who kind of paid for all our tickets.
Yeah.
And this person still owe her the
Oh.
money
Yeah.
back. And she's still like, instead of
Splurging. Okay, I see.
instead of
Yeah.
like paying this person back, she was splurging.
Oh, she's
on
already
trip.
in the hole.
Yeah.
She's only a whole, so we're like, hey, you know, like, and she already bought a bunch of stuff, or he
Yeah.
bought a bunch of
Okay.
stuff.
That makes more sense. That
Yeah.
makes more sense.
So yeah. So it was one of those things where you're just like, we're concerned.
Yeah.
We're not telling you that you need to stop, but it should be something that you consider, like
Yeah.
as a good friend, right? Like
Yeah.
we're just we know the situation, and then we're like, you know, it's not we don't want to control you. It's more of like we're just kind of giving you a heads up that this might not be the best idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Who confronted this person?
well, I wasn't there. So.
Oh, it wasn't there. It's another friend.
Yeah.
But
That's tough.
she's more of an outspoken person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
because
yeah,
we all like there was 4 of us and all 3 of us kind of talked about it. We're like, hey, we're getting a bit worried.
Yeah.
Maybe I think one of us as like should we say something because we're considered to be good friends.
Yeah.
Like, is it bad of us to not say something, right? So we kind of got to a point where like, okay, let's just let her know, give her heads up, just in case, because we start seeing like it was getting a bit too much.
Yeah.
It was like a lot.
It was a lot to the point where this person had to go to the credit card machine to get money, and it was her parents' credit card. Like it wasn't her credit card. She was taking money out of her parents, and I was like, this is getting a bit too much. So we had to kind of tell them like, hey, let's kind of pull that back a little bit. Only get the stuff that you really need, because you already got a bunch of stuff
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, so it's that's always a consideration when you're
Yeah.
traveling, right?
So there was a little bit of I never seen this person freak out like that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it's your fault. It's not my fault.
But would you ever consider, so in sort of scenario, would that ever be like
A red flag.
something that's out of your budget? So like when you're traveling and you just happen to be spending something that's out of your budget, or like if the people that you're traveling with suddenly wanted to go to this particular thing and it's out of your budget, like would you mind that, or would you be like, well, I can't do that, you know.
I'd
It's kind of
voice it.
awkward.
I always voice like,
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
my budget? I think it's really important is budget, right? Because that really tells if you're compatible or not.
Right, right,
Because if you want to like splurge and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go in debt
Yeah,
like
yeah,
after
yeah.
this trip, I don't think it's really worth it.
Yeah.
I was actually just talking to my partner about this. It's like I could never pick. Like if I had no money, I could never just go somewhere and backpack. And just like no money and just like, oh, I hope this works out. Like fucking, you know, I can't do that. And so like that's why whenever I'm on vacation, it's because I'm well off enough to go. Right. And I'll generally like, hey, if I take someone with me or like they want to go come with me, I'd be like, yo, Angus, like you want to go on a trip? And like this is kind of the shit I want to do.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be like this, and like I was hoping we could grab like because I love doing food shit, and this guy loves eating, right? And like, oh, like we're totally down to do that, right? And like I obviously like I'll tell him stuff like, oh, like the hotels we'll be staying at, like they have like a pretty decent gym around it.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, because like you like working out and you generally don't want to miss that. And that, you know, you gotta like find someone that really like you click with. Because if honestly you gotta spend 7 days or like 14 days with this one fucking person, and you're like stuck in the same fucking room with them.
Right.
You're either gonna be the best of friends by the end of this, or you're gonna fucking hate each other, or be really irritated, right?
Yeah, I
so
think
like you gotta make it work.
compatibility is more
I feel like it's a very big tell sometimes when
if the real friends or not.
well, not only real friends, but like if you're even compatible with a person when you go on like you don't have to go on like a major trip with them like to start off with. You could just do like small road trips with them and
To test it out?
Yeah, to test it out because even then, like short maybe 2 or 3 day road trips, or maybe for us we go to Victoria, or we could go.
He was testing my fucking relationship with him. This motherfucker.
That's so funny. If
Interior BC,
I-
and then
yeah.
and then so like that's a very good tell about whether or not like you guys are very compatible when traveling.
Yeah.
And if you guys are, that's great. You guys can go for longer trips. That like there should be no issue with that.
I've never
really.
traveled with him since because he doesn't follow instructions.
Yeah, that's so funny. In my head, I was thinking like every time you miss an exit,
Yeah.
Kira and Vince is like, missed an exit.
Yeah.
Not gonna work.
Vince is really nice. He went again with him.
Yo,
Yeah.
Vince is
Very
about
forgiving.
Yeah.
Vince. It's one of the most nicest.
I love traveling with Vincent because he's so easygoing. He loves seeing things.
He's easygoing.
Yeah, he's so
super
easy.
nice.
There was one time we traveled, like I think me, him, my buddy Frank, and Eric went to Seattle. And for some fucking reason, we just kept babying him because he's just like, he's such a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, Vincent, you hungry? Like, you can go eat soon.
Are you thirsty?
Yeah, and then like he,
I got apple juice.
and then he was like sleeping in the car when we were like gassing up, and I was like, "Hey Vincent, you need to go pee." I treat him like such a kid, but we're all the same age.
He's super thoughtful.
Yeah.
When we went to our cruise, he signed us up for an excursion, and he knows like I love beer and
Yeah.
whatever. So he signed us up for like a craft beer thing up in the Yukon. Or no, Alaska.
Wow.
Oh, I remember seeing this. Yeah.
Oh,
Good guy.
he's super thoughtful.
He's super considerate.
Yeah, he's super considerate, super nice. Like every time I travel with him, he's amazing. Man, Vince,
Man.
you gotta get on here.
Yeah, and he's single, so if any ladies
Yeah.
want to hit that shit up,
Yeah.
he has a
Most
secure
amazing
job.
guy, great heart,
Yeah.
and just does everything for you.
Checks all the boxes.
He does.
No.
He works at a hospital. He's great.
Yeah.
Does I take care of you?
Yeah.
He owns his
Wow.
place.
Yeah.
What's his place? Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, he does own his
Yeah,
place.
he does.
Yeah.
It's a full package.
And full package.
Yes.
Welcome back to a dating episode.
We're just plugging it.
We should just clip this
he'll
and
never-
tag him. He's
We
gonna
should just put him on the profile.
Yeah.
picture, on the
He's
thumbnail.
so fucking shy. He'd like fucking. He'd be so like.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise he would never watch this episode. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure he doesn't watch our
We should
episodes.
just send him this episode. Hey Vince,
I will.
we'll put you on the market for you.
I'll share it on my page.
Yeah.
Do it.
Pure
Clip it.
advertising.
I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, but Vince is super compatible when it comes to
Yeah.
travel. Yeah.
I think I feel like there's also like in terms of I talked with this about my girlfriend, and it's you have to have both planners and I guess just very
Sheep.
agreeable for people
Yeah.
for it, because I hate planning. I just
So
I
you're
say
not, you'd rather be a sheep?
yeah, I'd rather be.
How about you
like,
guys?
if you guys suggest something, I'd be like, okay.
No, like I'm going with the flow, but I also like a plan. If no one makes a plan, I'll make a plan.
Yeah.
Because what are we gonna do? Just like I'll sit there and be like, "What do you want to do today?" I don't know, and it just
Oh, that shit's so boring.
it's you know like you waste so much time when
Yeah.
you're traveling, and you're like, "Wow, I spent all this money just to go over there to
Sit at an Airbnb
sit,
or whatever.
yeah, sit Airbnb or just walk around." Like walking around is not bad,
Yeah.
but at least have just one thing you're gonna do that day, and then you
Yeah.
can just cater to whatever.
It should you should always have one big thing.
Yeah.
Unless it's like literally a place where there's nothing to do, which is perfectly fine because sometimes you end up at a cabin and there's really like
hot
it's
tub or wherever,
the excursions are literally you walk in the woods.
Yeah,
right?
or like a resort.
Yeah.
Fuck, I love resorts.
Oh, it's so fun.
And
Yeah.
Just relaxing.
it's called there's I'm good with following. I will make suggestions though, like for applying. So I'm the guy that goes to YouTube. I'll be like, this looks nice, and I usually just like toss it into the planning chat or something like that, and then see if people think it's okay or not. But I'm usually good with just not taking the lead on things, just because I'll be like, well, I don't know.
What if they don't take your ideas?
Yeah.
Do you get upset?
Yeah, dude.
No, I don't mind, but I'll like maybe if I do plan on going back in the future, I might put that on a
Oh,
list
okay.
somewhere.
With another group.
Yeah, I'll be
And then
like,
they don't do it again.
and then I'll be very sad.
Fuck these guys.
And that's how you do a solo trip.
Oh no, I don't think I'd ever. You know how lost I get as a solo person? I'm so directionally impaired already.
Really?
Yeah.
Go to Hong Kong or some shit.
I thought
Hong Kong would be okay. At least I'd be able to speak the language.
I can navigate Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went around by myself.
Yeah.
Really?
When,
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
Well, this is like, oh man, it was just before COVID started. I think.
Oh, okay, nice. Good time.
And then like, I was getting really bored because I was with like my mom and my uncles and aunts, and I was like, fuck, they never want to do anything. And so I actually got pissed. I got openly pissed, and I was just like, you know what, like, when you guys go to China, I'm just gonna stay behind in Hong Kong. And so I just wandered on my own.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's really easy because everything has an English translation to it in Hong Kong, so you can get around really simple.
That's true. It's very white people friendly, right?
Yeah.
Unless you take the bus, though.
They
There's
have
maps.
Yeah, they have like full English.
No, not really.
Because Britain, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, even the shuttle buses.
yeah.
You can also buy like data really cheap, and so you can just like navigate your way around.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know about. I never took shuttle bus by myself.
And
in
there's
Hong Kong.
Wi-Fi everywhere.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Yes. No need to panic. You know.
Hong Kong's one of the places I can get around, even though I can't read and write in like Chinese, but like I can
Can you
talk
speak?
to people.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I can
can
speak
speak.
fairly okay,
Yeah.
right? The only time I get fucked up is when I go to a restaurant and the whole menu is in Chinese.
Chinese? Okay.
I'm like, motherfucker. The one time I was outside a stall, right, and like I can speak it, and then I'm like, I can't read any of this menu, but I'm really hungry and I really want. And so I stood there for like 10 minutes and I waited until someone ordered the thing I wanted. I could have easily went up there and just asked
Asked
what that
the same
thing was. But then I feel like people, like when
Charge
you don't,
you
when you don't speak the language, they charge you more. Right?
No, I don't think they do that.
they
in Hong
do
Kong,
that.
they? In
You
Hong
fucking
Kong?
do that. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, especially like Dai Pai Dong, where like the prices are a little bit like kind of like they don't
Everywhere.
fully list
Yeah.
it.
Really?
Or like at like Loyan Gai, like these stalls where they sell like random clothes. Like they will charge you extra because they give you deals on the fly.
Okay, so you know what you got to do, right? You got to say it really fast. It's like, what do you want? You're like, "Gulyo." And then you're like, say it again. You're like, oh, you start sweating. And then you're like, say it again. You're like,
Say
oh, this
slower.
guy's always saying slow.
Say slower.
And you're like, oh man, it's gonna charge me like double the price. And you just walk away, go to another stall. Oh man, that's funny.
Your Chinese is good though. You can speak
No,
Cantonese.
my brother is way better. Mine's probably like the worst.
Oh,
No, your Cantonese is pretty solid. I've heard you speak.
I have a huge accent.
Yeah, that's what my cousin from Hong Kong said when
Yeah.
I spoke Canto to him. He was like, "You know, you have an accent, right?" I'm like, "What accent?"
I mean, the Canadian accent. I'm born with this. What, you make fun of me?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh man, if he can tell, then like, maybe if I go back to Hong Kong,
Everyone charge you double the price.
He'll be like, huh, it got very expensive all of a sudden.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, those are our pet peeves when it comes to. I guess not really our pet peeves. I don't know. No,
Yeah, they were pet peeves.
Pet peeves.
Yeah. So like, you know, whenever you travel, try to find somebody that you're very compatible with.
if you don't, you know, you might end up hating that person.
You have to be.
I don't hate her.
I feel. I feel like you have to be okay with like what Ricky did with his friend. It's like sometimes if you guys do want to do separate things, it's not like you can't travel together, but you have to be okay with you guys doing your own separate thing and maybe meeting up
afterwards,
later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I understand like maybe that might not create the memories that you can do together, but it's not like you're doing everything separately, right?
Yeah.
So
You're
like,
traveling for fun.
Yeah.
You're here to relax, enjoy
memories.
yourself, create memories.
Yeah.
don't
You're
stress
creating-
yourself out.
Yeah, if it's a stressful one, maybe you can reconsider that friend. You know?
I mean, also like if you're dependent on someone else, like maybe shut the fuck up. Like I'm not kidding, because like for example, like if only like one person is from the island and they're
Yeah.
the one that navigates,
Right.
and they basically decide where you go, because otherwise you can't, you don't know where to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then like if you're dependent on someone, hey man, just go with the flow.
Yeah.
You don't have
Yeah.
to hit up all the spots in one go. Life
Yeah.
is
You
long.
might know better.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree.
You can always come back next time too. There's nothing to say that you can't.
Yeah.
Okay, and hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to hit like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify,
IG.
All of our links are on our link tree. Let us know in the comments on YouTube or in our reels.
Whatever. Yeah.
Well, what do you hate about traveling with friends? Like, let us know your pet peeves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll see you in the next episode.
All right. See ya.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Vincent's single.
Oh, I forgot to plug in Vince.